Hi everyone, it's Lindy on here from Pink Whisper Designs. Today we're going to make this cute little picture perfect traveler's card. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start off with some of the images we'll be using today. And let's start with the picture perfect set. This is part of the Girlfriends collection. You can see you have these cute little ladies and some cute sentiments as well. And then from this set here, this is the travel accessory set, which also comes with the dies. We'll be using the luggage and those sunglasses. Then for paper, we're using the Strathmore Bristol Smooth Cardstock, and for ink, I'm using the Versafine Onyx Black ink. So I've placed some cardstock in my Misty stamp positioner. I'm using that Stampendable stamp press to press this down, and we'll go ahead and stamp this. Now I'm going to be using a lot of the colors from that brand new Zig Clean Color Real Brush pen set. This is color set A, and we'll also be adding a few additional colors as well. So let's start off with the smoky teal. Now again, these colors, I did a color swatching video, which was part 1, and then in part 2 I did a video where I did a floral card using these same brand new colors. So I'll link those down below and also on my blog if you're interested in checking out all of those new colors. So here I'm just using that one color on her blouse, just that smoky teal, and I'll just blend that in. I'll just keep adding layers of color, and to do my blending I'm using the Zig blender pen, and you could certainly use a water brush here if you prefer that. And to clean off that blender pen, you just scribble it onto your scrap paper until it goes clear, and then you know you're good to change to your next color. So I'm going to go ahead and color all of these little ladies in here. I'm listing the colors I'm using in that upper left hand corner, and again this is another brand new color here. This is the Blossom Pink, and as I mentioned in the color swatching video, these brand new colors are very subtle. They're they're smoky colors. They're not quite as bright as the other colors. They're just a really pretty, elegant look to them. And also, just to let you know, if you go to my blog and you go to that new color palette part 1, you will find there a downloadable, printable color swatching, which you can go ahead and print out onto your favorite watercolor cardstock. I prefer to use the Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock, but you can use any cardstock that you prefer, and then you can keep that for reference as well. So I'll continue coloring in the rest of these little ladies, and I'll meet you on the other side. So that takes care of the coloring, and I did color the rest of that luggage in off camera. And now I'll grab my Jelly Roll gel pen in the white, and I'm going to add some polka dots to her blouse, and then I'll add some highlights here and there just to make everything pop out a little bit more. Now do keep in mind that all of the supplies I'm using today are listed and linked down below and also on my blog. So let me give you a closer look at this. You can see these beautiful colors that we've used from that new Zig collection. I just think they're so pretty and so subtle. So now I've grabbed the coordinating dies for the travel accessory set. There is not a coordinating die for the girlfriend set, but we're going to go ahead and use our detail scissors to cut that out. And to run these little pieces through the die cutting machine, I've used my Sizzix Sidekick machine. So here we're going to leave a little white border all the way around, and this is really simple and easy to cut out. So now we have everything all set. Let's grab that largest die from the Art Impressions Rectangle A2 Double Stitch die set. And then for paper, I'm using the Lawn Fawn Flower Market Collection pack. This is the 12 by 12 inch pack, and this is a double-sided paper. So we're going to grab that pretty yellow color. I'll go ahead and tape this down with some purple tape, and we can run this through the die cutting machine. I'm using my Spellbinders Platinum 6 die cutting machine, and I also cut an extra little piece for the bottom section there. I flipped it over and die cut a small piece about an inch out of that striped section. And I also cut another panel out of the white Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock. So now for the top of our card, we're going to use a little speech bubble. This is the speech bubble border from Lawn Fawn, and I'm just using some white Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock, just trying to figure out about where I want that to come on my card, and I'll go ahead and die cut that. I'm just taping that down with some purple tape. So now that'll create the little speech bubble right above them. Now I did decide to add a little color to this, so I'm going to the Scattered Straw Distress Oxide ink, and I'm using my blending brush, and I'll add a little bit of color here around the edges of this. And then I'll add some color to the very top of where these little ladies are going to be standing, just to create a little shadow here right along this edge. So next, let's grab this sentiment. This has the word goodbye in a variety of cute ways here, and we're just going to mask off each word separately. So I'm placing this on an acrylic block, and I'm using my Gina K Masking Magic, and I'll just cut a little piece of this. And what I'm going to do is mask off each word separately. You could certainly cut this stamp apart if you prefer that. I'm just going to keep it intact. I'll mask off each word one at a time with that masking paper, and then I'll ink up that sentiment, remove my masking tape, and then go ahead and stamp that. And I'll do that for each of these sentiments. So they say ta-ta, bye-bye, toodaloo, hasta la vista. So just grab the ones that you like there. There's quite a nice collection there. And here again, you can see I'm just masking off that word on the bottom. And then I pull that masking tape off before I do my stamping. And you do want to make sure you clean off your stamp really well between stampings here. So again, always remember to remove that masking tape before you go ahead and do your stamping. Now I did get a little bit of extra stamping here, so I'm using my Mono Sand Eraser, and I'll just erase anything excess there. So now I'm going back to that Scattered Straw Distress Oxide ink. I'm placing that color right down on my glass media mat. I'm adding a little bit of water here and a small paintbrush, and I'll just do some spattering. That'll just kind of tie all these sentiments together. So I'll go ahead and set that aside to dry, and then I'm grabbing my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen in the black. This is a permanent black pen. This is the 0.1 millimeter, and I'm going to add a stitched line all the way around here. That'll just finish off the stitch line we already have at the top of this little border. And then I'll add a couple little hash marks here just to make it more interesting. So let's go back to that same Pack Your Bags stamp set, and I'm going to grab the sentiment that says Pack Your Bags. We're going to stamp this down here on this striped panel that will be at the bottom of our card, and we'll stamp it off towards the left-hand side here. And I had placed that in my mini Misty stamp positioner to do that stamping. So now I've got a top folding card that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'll go ahead and attach this panel to the front. I'm using my Lawn Fawn Jumbo glue tube. I just got this, so I'm just removing that protective cover there. And I'll go ahead and add glue to the back of this panel. I'm just spreading that out a little bit with my fingers here, and then I can go ahead and attach these. Now let's go ahead and attach that striped border at the bottom of the card. And let's do the same thing here for the speech bubble. The only difference here is I'm going to pop that up with a little bit of the Scotch foam mounting tape, just to give that a little bit more dimension. And I'm going to line that up right at the very top of the card here. So now we can go ahead and add these little ladies. I'm just going to glue these down. So as these little ladies get ready for their adventure, I'm going to add all of that luggage down in front of them. I'm just going to pop up all these little pieces here. And again, this color palette is just so pretty, and it does come from that new color set of markers from Zig. So again, make sure you check that out. I've got the 2 videos linked below, the swatching video, and then a video where I use these brand new colors in a floral card. Again, all of the products I'm using today are listed and linked down below and also on my blog. For this little purse here, I'm going to just add a tiny bit of glue there where these 2 bags touch each other, just so that it doesn't pop up at all. Now I've got that little pair of sunglasses, and I want to put those in her hand, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue there and place those right in her hands here. And now let's grab a sentiment for the inside of the card. This is from the Happy Trails set. This says, "Every year is a new adventure. Happy birthday." But this would certainly make a great retirement card, or just a fun card for your friends that travel together. It's just a fun, cute card, and you could certainly change the sentiment up above there to suit the card that you're going for. But I thought I would make a cute little birthday card out of it. And here I'm adding some Nouveau Crystal Glaze, just giving some shine to those glasses and her bracelets and that little camera on the phone. So just to make a few things pop here. And you do want to set that aside to dry for a while. So now let's take a closer look at our finished card. And these little ladies are just so adorable. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.